so let's go back to our problem number 7 again. So we need to compute the acceleration of body B, this one, and the tension in each cable supporting each block from the figure shown. So again, hopefully na-solve nyo to. So the solution that I'm going to show you is the correct solution from where yung block A yung mag-govern ng motion. So ibig sabihin, the acceleration of block A is going downward, and for block B, so papunta siya pataas along the inclined surface. Okay, so after that, let's determine the relationship of tension in each block. Okay, so eto, cut lang natin dito. So let's just name this as our T. Okay, so this go around this pulley. Ayan, therefore, ito is equivalent lang din sa T. Then after this, ayan, so it goes around with this pulley, and then therefore, ito is equivalent lang din sa T. Ngayon, kung magsasection ka between the cable supporting do sa block B natin, ito, kung ito, meron kang dalawang 2T going in this direction, so to make it in equilibrium, so ang value ng force mo dyan, or yung tension dito sa cable na nagsusupport do sa block B is equals to 2T. So, ba't naging 2T? So, T plus T. Kaya siya naging 2T. Okay, so with that, nakuha natin yung relationship between the tension cable supporting each block. Okay, so coming from this free body diagram, and so I could say that when we take summation of forces in this direction, so that will be 2T rin. Okay. Wala rin naman pala tayo ng uwang ano dyan. Okay, so I think it's much better if we relate these two considering the summation of work. Okay, so let's just say that positive work is going in this direction. When we take summation of work equals to 0, so that is force times distance, or force times velocity, or force times acceleration. So that can be written as T multiplied by A sub A. So positive yan since pareho silang papunta sa baba. And then eto, since yung component niya is going upward, so that will be minus 2T multiplied by A sub B is equals to 0. So again, supposedly ito naman kasi dapat force times distance or yung force times displacement, but we all know na kapag dinerivative mo yan, magiging velocity and then acceleration. So diniretso ko na siya in this values or equation. Okay, so we can name this as our equation number 1. Okay, so since meron na tayong mga forces and na-determine na natin yung motion niya, which will go upward, yung BMO will go upward along the inclined plane. So the next step that we can do here is to establish an equation. Depended sa mga free body diagram na magagawa natin. So I think it's much better if we're going to analyze first this block B. So gawa lang ako ng reference axis natin, which is acting along the inclined surface. Ayan. So nag-shift ako ng axis. So usually naman, di ba sa SRB, ganito yung ginagawa natin. Nag-shifting tayo ng axis. So this will be our new y-axis and this one will be our new x-axis. Okay? So eto, ayan. So we have here the weight of the block na 300 Newton. Okay, so ito pala, meron siyang given dito. So yung 3 niya is vertical, 4 horizontal. So to get this slope, so square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared. So this will be 5. And the coefficient of friction of the surface is equivalent lang sa 0.2. Okay, so since guys may given na coefficient of friction, so meron tayong frictional force na i-consider. Okay, so if this is 300, so ito yung ating 3. Ayan, so ito lang din yung magiging theta natin. So this is 3. this is 4, and this is 5. Okay, so what other force are we need to consider? Do we need to consider? So, next, kung friction yung pinag-usapan natin, technically, so we need to solve also for the value of the normal force. So, again, normal force is always perpendicular lang do sa surface natin. So, when we say perpendicular, it is acting 90 degrees with respect do sa surface natin. Okay, so next, ano pa ba mga force ng kulang natin? So, we have the frictional force. So, just like the reverse effective force, so same property lang din siya. So, that is always opposite the motion of a certain particle or a body. So, since this block is going upward the plane, so yung frictional force mo is going in this direction or pababa siya, downward. So, that is our frictional force, which is equivalent lang sa mu times n. So, we need to solve first for n. So, next, ilagay na rin natin guys yung kanyang reverse effective force. Okay, so since this is going upward, so agaya nga ng friction, so lagi lang pa-kontra lagi. So meron ka rin dito na pababa or going downward na reverse effective force. So denote na lang natin siya as sub B. So para ma-distinguish natin that this is the reverse effective force for our block B. Next, gawa naman natin ang free body diagram or i-determine natin yung mga forces na nag-a-act naman kay block A. So, ano-ano ba yung mga forces na yan? I almost forgot. So, in block B, you need to consider also this 2T, which is going in this direction. Or ito yung tension do sa cable na nagsusupport kay block B. Next, let's now proceed with block A. So, aside from the force T, or yung tension in the cable supporting block A, we have here the weight which is acting downward na 200 Newton, and aside from that, so wala naman siyang free friction since this is a suspended block. So ang i-consider mo na lang dito is the reverse effective force. So since yung block A natin is going downward, so therefore yung reverse effective force here is going in upward direction. So gawin na lang natin blue yung reverse effective force para may distinction to sa ibang forces. So, this is for block A. So, gandaan lang natin. Ayan. So, after getting the, or drawing the free body diagram here, so, ilipat natin. Gandaan natin yung free body diagram niya. So, first, let's consider siguro muna yung block B. So, dito ko na lang siguro isulat sa baba. So, considering our block B, so, kuha lang natin ng medyo okay na free body diagram. Ayan. So, ano yung mga forces ulit natin? So, meron ka dito na 300, which is has a slope of 3, 4, and 5. Next, we have here a tensile force 2T. Ayan. And then, we have here the reverse effective force. And then, ilagay ko na lang dito sa bandang baba. So, huwag malilito ha. So, in-offset ko lang siya. Kasi makalimutan natin. So, meron ka ditong frictional force. And then, ano pa ba? So, I almost forgot the normal force, which is going upward direction. Ayan. Okay, so with this, I think it's better if we solve first for the normal force. So, assuming in this direction as positive, ayan, take summation of forces. So again, this is the y and this is the x-axis. So take summation of forces y equals to 0, assuming in this direction as positive. So we have n. So minus, since yung y component nito is going in this direction, yung pababa. So transpose ko na lang sa kabila so to make it positive. So that is 300. So multiply by 4 over 5. So we have a normal force equivalent to. So pindutin lang natin guys sa calculator. Nasaan yung calcu? Ito. So 300 times 4 divided by 5. So that is equals to 240 Newton. So since meron na tayong value ng normal force, we can now solve for the frictional force. So again, the frictional force is just equivalent to mu 0.2 times 240. So that is equivalent lang sa 48. Okay? Newton. Alright, so since meron na tayong frictional force, so we can now take summation of forces X. So ang gawin na lang natin in this direction, ayan. So take summation of forces X is equals to 0. Okay, so we have here 2t. Ayan. So ano pa ba? So itong reverse effective force mo is, so paabila siya, so gawin ko na lang dito. So minus, ano ba yan? So W, so yung weight ng block mo is 300. And then multiply, so ito is acceleration ni B over G na 9.81. And then, so pasaan yung Y component? Yung X component ito. So papunta rin in that direction. So i-transpose ko na lang yung dalawa, itong frictional force do sa kabilang side. So di ba dito minus, so magiging positive. So 48. And then ito, so minus lang din dito siya sa side na to, itong 300. So nung transpose ko sa kabila, magiging positive na rin siya. So 300 times 3 over 5. Okay, so let's just simplify this term. So ano lang natin, equivalent pa saan itong dalawang to. So 48 plus 300 times 3 divided by 5. So that is equals to 228 Newton. Okay, so next, ang gawin natin, so iniisip ko kasi ito pang ano na to. Ito kasi, if you're going to transpose yung 2t dito sa side na to, yung t natin is maa-cancel. So ano ba yung ibig ko sabihin dito? So t multiplied by a sub a is equals to 2t a sub b. So cancel lang to kasing ting na to. Ano? So kapag binalik mo siya, a sub a is minus 2a sub b is equals to 0. So ito lang din yung equation 1 natin. So gawin natin ang revision 1a. AB. Ano? So ang gagawin ko na lang guys, so hahabulin ko sa form na to. So inaayos na natin yung equation ha, para mamaya diretso na lang tayong saksak sa algebra. So para ba mangyayari dito is 3 equation 3 unknown. So habulin natin sa form na ganito. Ax, parang yung mga previous problem natin, plus cz equals to d, yung constant. So ano bang magandang gawing a dito? So ang gawin nating value ng a is para sa t. Yung b mo or yung y is yung ating acceleration for block A. Tapos yung c, yung acceleration for block B. Or ito, lagyan natin dito ng 0t Ayan. Okay guys wag lang malilito kung ba't nagang 0t dun. Gawa nito kasi. So ito, pwede pa nating ayusin to. So 2t plus, so wala naman siyang acceleration ni A, so magiging 0 acceleration ni A. So minus ito, 300 A sub B over 9.81 is equals to 228. Ayan. So inayos ko na yung equation para mamaya diretso tayo sa calculator. Ayan. Equation 2. So the next step, step number 3, so we will now consider this block A. Okay? So gawan ko na lang ulit ng free body diagram. So consider block A. And draw x and y axis. So we have here a tensile force T. So meron ka ditong pababa na 200. And then yung reverse effective force, so lagay ko na lang dito sa gilid. So REF of A. And so isang equation lang naman yung gagawin natin. Take summation of forces y, assuming upward direction as positive. So we have T. So plus yung reverse effective force, which is WA over G. Kung saan yung W mo is 200. and then multiply by acceleration of block A all over 9.81, and then minus 200, so transpose ko sa kabila, so equals to 200. Okay, so i-ano lang natin, habulin natin yung formula to. So insertan lang natin ng 0b dito, or this will be our equation number 3. So copy mo lang yan, a sub a over 9.81. So plus, so since wala naman talagang a sub b, gagawin mo 0 times a sub b is equals to 200. Okay, so this will be our equation number 3. Ayan. So I think we can now solve. So again, mode, and then 5, and then 2. Ayan. So insert lang natin yung mga values. So let's start with equation number 1. So 0t, so 0. And then for b, that is the acceleration of block A, so that will be 1. And then ito, so this will become negative 2. Okay? And then 0. Next, for equation number 2, so ito yung input natin sa calcu. So 2t, or 2, tapos 0 a sub a, and then negative 300 divided by 9.81. And then 2 to 8. And then for equation number 3, so ito, so 1, and then 200 divided by 9.81, and then 0, tapos 200. Okay, so what will be the tension? So yung T natin is equals lang sa 137.45, ano yun? 45 Newton. And then the acceleration for block A, tama ba? Okay, so acceleration for block A, so that is 3.0679. 3.0679. 3.0679, so that is in meter per second squared. And then for the acceleration for B, so that is 1.5339. Ayan. So guys, kung napansin nyo, wala naman nag-negative answer. Ibig sabihin, tama yung direction natin, na yung block A mo is yung bababa, and block B is yung tataas natin. So ano bang hinahanap sa problem? Complete the acceleration of body B. So ito yung answer natin for acceleration for body B. And then, I think tension yata yung hinahanap sa isa. And the tension in each cable. So guys, itong tension na to, ito yung tension for block A. Ano? Ayan. And to solve for the tension in block B, so ano ba yung tension natin dito? Di ba sabi 2T yan? Or the tension in B is just equals to twice ng tension at A, or the tension T. Okay? Or that is equals lang. So, i-multiply lang natin siya ng 2. So, 137. Naghang yung calcu. Ayan. 0.4545. So, times 2. So, that is 274.909. 274.909 Newton. Alright. So, copy first, and then isolve natin siya considering na mali yung direction na na-assume natin. So, ang mangyayari, yung block B is bababa, tapos si block A tataas. Ano? So, check natin kung ano yung value na makukuha, and kung tama ba yung nakuha nyo sagot, if isinolve nyo man tong problem na to. Okay? So, I'll give you again 3 minutes to copy this problem, so you may start copying. Okay guys, so let's try the other solution, the wrong assumption of direction ng motion. So ano kaya yung lalabas na sagot? Okay, so this time around, ang gagawin naman natin is to, ayun nga, assume natin na kung paano ano yung lalabas na answer if mali yung na-assume nating direction ng motion. So ngayon wala napansin pala, may itim dito sa gilid, masyado palang na-zoom out yung ano ko. But anyway, I think basa pa rin naman siya. So i-zoom nyo na lang kung masyado maliit yung mga sulat. Okay, so we'll just going to use the same solution. So ang mangyayari lang naman kasi dito guys is may iba yung direction. So ito, gagawin natin itong pababa. So paltang ko na lang ng kulay. Siguro gawin natin siyang green. Itim na lang. Masyado kasi light yung So ito guys is magiging pa ganito lang. A sub B. Ano pa ba mababago dito? So yung frictional force mo ay magiging pataas. So as for the reverse effective force. So magiging pataas lang yan. Tapos sa kabila, ano ba mapapalitan lang dito? Itong reverse effective force lang din. Yung REFA. So magiging downward na lang siya. So since sa-opyan nyo na naman to, so ang gagawin natin, manipulate na lang natin itong equation na to. So check lang natin. So wala namang maiiba do sa frictional force. Tama ba? Okay. So mangyayari dito, itong reverse effective force nga ulit. Pasan nga. So magiging pataas na rin siya. And itong frictional force, paganyan na rin siya. So mangyayari dito ay, so ito magiging positive, okay? Kapag nag-summation tayo ng forces x, ayan, ito magiging plus na. Kasi going in the same direction. Tapos ito hindi siya magiging 2 to 8. So yung frictional force mo, so since positive dito, nilipat mo sa kabila, ito magiging minus. So negative 48 plus 300 times 3 over 5. So hindi na siya magiging 228. Instead of 228, mapapalitan siya ng, check natin, negative 48 plus 300 times 3 divided by 5. So ito, instead na 228, magiging 132 Newton. Okay, so 2t. So ito magiging plus. And then ito ay 132. Okay, so nakasunod ba? So again na guys, ang pinalitan lang naman natin is yung mga sign niya. Kasi na ano lang naman yung friction. Na iba lang naman yung direction, pero yung equation mo, ganun lang din naman. Ni-revise lang natin yung mga direction niya. So yung kaninang negative, naging positive. Yung positive kanina, naging negative. So ganun lang din ang gagawin natin for this block A. So guys, dito sa summation ng work, I think ganun rin naman siya. Kasi mangyayari lang dito, eto magiging minus, ito magiging plus. So kung bali-baligtarin mo man yung sign niya, ito pa rin yung aalabasan mo, no? Summation ng work. Uy, kung assume kung pataas ganun din naman eh. So wala naman magbabago dito. And then for block A, so ito nga is magiging going downward. Reverse effective force. So ito magiging minus, no? So kaninang plus, naging minus siya. Ayan. So I think okay na yung equations natin, So check na lang natin sa calculator, guys. Kung ano yung mapapalabas na sagot. So mode 5. Tapos 2. So again, unahin natin to. So 0. 1. And then negative 2. Tapos 0. And for this one, magiging 2 siya. Tapos 0. And then 300 divided by 9.81. Tapos 132. And then para dito, so magiging 1. And then negative 200 divided by 9.81. Then 0. Tapos 200. So yung tension natin, naging 102.5455. Tama ba? Ayan. And then yung acceleration ni block A, so ayan na nga. So naging negative 4.78001. And then para kay block B, so negative 2.39. So meter per second squared. So na nga yung sinasabi ko. So hindi mo kasi siya pwedeng gawing basta maging positive to. So baguhin mo lang yung direction. Ano? So kung napansin nyo dito, magkaiba sila ng numerical value. Okay, so ayan. So once na una mo siyang ni-assume na ganito yung sagot, so you have no other choice but to correct the direction and then resolve the process. Resolve the problem. So same process lang din naman siya kung napansin nyo nga kanina. Hindi na naman natin siya sinulat ulit ng panibago. So ang ginawa lang natin is pinalitan lang natin yung mga sign. Again, yung kanina positive magiging negative lang, and then yung positive kanina magiging ano lang, negative. Ano? So ayun lang, na-share ko lang. So no need to ano rin naman to copy. So basta kapag ganun guys ang nangyari, kapag friction, kailangan mo siyang i-resolve. Ano? So swerte mo kung lumabas agad yung sagot na positive lahat. So ayun. So ito analysis na lang din, pero ayun nga, kapag ganyan mga system of Boole rin naman, hindi rin naman basta-basta masasabi agad. Okay, so let's proceed with the next problem. Okay, so for problem number 8, so basahin natin guys. Assuming the pulleys to be weightless and frictionless, determine the acceleration of each block. So ayan nga, meron tayong system of blocks na naka-connected sa tatlong pulley. So which is weightless naman siya and frictionless. Ano? So ayan na nga. So the first step here is to assume the direction kung paano gagalaw yung system natin. So since frictionless naman siya, wala namang kaso kung magkamali ka ng assume. So pwede mo nang i-apply dito na papalitan mo lang yung sign and then baguhin mo yung direction niya. Okay, so sa tingin nyo, paano ba gagalaw yung system natin? Okay, so ano na lang to? Assume na lang natin. Ano? So let's just say na 300 dito. Takbo dyan. So let's just say na this block A, yan ako dito, na ito yung magko-control saan niya. Ano? So let's say that yung block C mo will go in downward direction. And then itong block B, so sabihin natin siya na tataas. And then block A, so since magaan yan, so ano natin na tataas din siya. Again guys wala namang kasing kaso yan kahit magkamali ka agad ng assume. So pwedeng ano lang, mag-assume ka muna kasi sabi ko nga, since frictionless naman yan, wala naman tayong pinag-uusapan ng friction. So kung magkamali ka man ng assume, yung negative sign na magsasabi sa'yo na baligtad lang yung direction mo. Baguhin mo lang siya, tapos gawin mong positive. Or kahit di mo baguhin, just retain the value, basta sabihin mo negative siya. Gets na yan, na pakabila dapat yung direction niya. Okay, so after assuming the direction, so lagyan natin dito. Ayan. So ito, pangalanan natin siya as T. So tension C. Pwedeng T na lang. Sige, gawin na natin TC. Ayan. Tension C. So ito, tension C lang din to. Ayan, sa takbo siya dito. Ayan. So, yung pa rin yun. So, ito, tension C. Kung saan, di ba yung tension C? Ito. So, ibig sabihin pala, yung tension A ko is equals lang din do sa tension C. Or pwede ko na sabihin sila as equals lang sila sa T. Okay? So, T na lang din to. Therefore, ito. So, yung tension at B ko, ayan. So, kung gumawa ka dito ng free body diagram, so, yung tension at B, ibig sabihin pala, may dalawang, siya, is equals siya sa 2TC or 2T. Okay? Kasi meron pa dalawa dito, ito isa pababa lang. So, kapag gumawa ng free body diagram, nagsummation ng forces Y, yung TB mo is equals lang sa dalawang tension C. Pero inassume na nga natin sila as T na lang para at least kaunti lang yung unknowns mo. Okay, so kung gagawin mo siya ng table, ayan nga, TA is equals lang sa TC or equals lang sila sa T. And then yung TB mo, ayan, from this diagram, kung gagawa mo free body diagram, so yung TB mo is equals lang sa 2T. So nakuha na natin yung relationship ng mga tension nila. We can now make an equation considering the summation of work. So, hindi ko na ginagamit yung isa, yung una natin ito, kasi mas convenient sa akin yung gumamit. No? Instead na kukumputin mo yung total length ng cable, since ganun rin naman yung nangyayari. And gagamitin rin naman natin siya sa sunod na topic. So, ito na lang. So, ang gawin natin, assuming upward work as positive. So, summation ng work is equals to 0. So, lahat ng pataas, positive. So, ito, acceleration A, TC. So, positive. So, TC or T multiplied by A. So, A. So, ayan. So, si AB mo, pataas din. Sa in, pataas din. So, 2T A sub B. And then, ito, since pababa yan, so, minus T multiplied by A sub C equals to 0. So, cancel na lang natin yung T or the relationship of its acceleration, A sub A plus 2A sub B minus A sub C is equals to 0. So, this will be our first equation. Okay, so saan ba makukuha yung mga susunod na equation? So, kagaya lang din ang ginagawa natin nung una. Ayan, mag-free body diagram ka lang in each block. Okay. So, ito. So, meron ka dito weight which is going downward. Na 150 Newton. Weight ng block A. So, kung ito ay pataas, therefore, yung reverse effective force niya is going in downward direction. Yung REF of A. Ayan. So, next, for block B, so, upward nga yung motion niya ni block B. So, therefore, pababa rin yung REF sub B. And then, aside from that, meron ka ditong weight ng block B which is equals to 300 Newton. Okay, so next, we have also here the block C. So, kung pababa yung block C, therefore, pataas yung reverse effective force ni block C. And then, 300 Newton din yung weight ni block C. So, ayan. So, ayan. Gawan mo lang ulit ito ng equation. So, considering block A muna. So, unahin natin yung block A. So, considering block A. Draw X and Y axis. So, ito, meron ka force T dito. So, T. And then, ito pababa na 150. Tapos, reverse effective force also downward. So, lagay ko na lang sa gilid. So, that is 150. Acceleration ni block A over, ano ba to? So, 9.81. So, when you take summation of forces Y, assuming upward direction as positive, so, T, ano ba yan? So, minus, yung reverse effective force na 150 times A sub A over 9.81 and then equals, so negative siya yung 150 since pababa, so transpose mo sa kabila magiging positive. Okay, so let's say this is equation number 2. So mamaya na natin gawa ng ano siya ha, kasi ito, medyo madami yung unknown. So tingnan natin kung paano natin siya masisimplify. Next, considering block B. I-draw muna natin ulit yung kanyang mga forces. Gawan muna ulit natin ng free body diagram. So ano ba yung nasa block B? So ito, 2T. And then yung reverse effective force, yung weight is 300. Then lagay ulit natin sa gilid yung reverse effective force niya. So that is 300 times acceleration ni block B all over 9.81. So ganun lang ulit. Take ka ng summation of forces ng Y equals to 0. So the equation will be 2T. So minus 300 of acceleration ni block B all over 9.81. And then equals to 300. Medyo marami palang ano to, no? Kaso yun lang. So calculator nyo, hanggang 3 equation 3 ano lang. So ang gagawin lang natin dito ay kailangan muna natin mag-eliminate ng isang equation. So nakikita ko dito, gamitin natin tong first equation mamaya. Para maagabuo tayo ng 3 equation 3 ano. So next, considering block C. Ayan. So by taking summation of forces Y ulit, pero i-drawing muna natin ulit yung ano mo. So ito ay ano to? So T lang. And then meron kang pababa na weight na 300, and then yung reverse effective force niya pataas. So that is 300 acceleration in block C all over 9.81. Okay, so by taking summation of forces ng Y equals to 0. So our equation will be T then plus 300 A sub C all over 9.81 is equals to 300. So this will be our equation number 4. Okay, so ano kaya maganda natin gawin dito? So siguro guys, i-revise natin tong equation number 3. So ang gagawin ko, papalitan ko yung A sub B with this relationship na mabubuo natin dito. Or yung A sub B mo can be, ito kasing equation na to, pwede nating i-rewrite siya as, so transpose ko sa kabila, so yung A sub C, tama? Magiging positive kasi yan. Minus A sub A, so coming from positive, nung lilipat ko sa kabila, naging negative. All over 2. Ayan. And then ito, this one, we will substitute in this equation. So our new equation for 3 is 2T. Paano ba magandang ano to? So minus, so factor out ko na lang guys ha. 300 over 9.81. So since common din yung 2, isama ko na dito yung 2 over 2. Ito actually, pwede kong gawing 150 to. So sige guys, 300 over 2. So gets nyo naman to. Magiging 150 lang siya. Para ma-simplify na natin. Ayan. So dito lang nanggaling yan 300. So again, itong A sub B ko is may over 2. So 300 over 2 is 150. So para ang natitira na lang sa loob ay A sub C minus A sub A. Okay? So ngayon, i-distribute lang natin to. So negative 150 over 9.81 times AC. So negative. Okay? Tapos, doon naman sa kabila. So negative 150 over 9.81 times negative A sub A. So magiging positive. Or our equation will be this one. Okay, so pawin lang natin to. Ayan. So mangyayari ulit, So magiging positive lang to kasi negative. So 150 over 9.81 times A sub A. So wag malilito doon guys ha. Nag-distribute property lang tayo. Algebra lang yan. So equals to 300. Okay, so Ang gawin natin dito ay A sub C. Ayan. So, ang gawin nating form again ay yung 3 equation, 3 unknown. Again, yung AX plus BY plus CZ is equals to D. Yung value mo ng X dito will be for the T. Y will be for the A sub A. And yung Z will be for the A sub B. So, rearrange lang natin ulit yung mga formulas. So, ito copy mo lang. Ayan. Over 9.81. So, mag-a-add tayo ng 0 A sub B. Ayan. So, equivalent lang din naman siya sa 0. Wala naman kasi talagang A sub B. So, i-ano lang natin sa ganitong form. Para saksak na lang tayo sa calculus. So, this will be our new equation number 2. So, pangalan na natin siya as 2A. So, ito, pagpapalitin lang naman natin ang pwesto yan. So, this will be 2T. So, plus, ito, 150 over 9.81 of A sub A, and then minus 150 over 9.81 of A sub C is equals to 300. So this will be our new equation 3 sub A. And then last, ito, so lalagyan lang natin ng 0 A sub A kasi wala naman talaga siyang ganun. Plus 300 of A sub C all over 9.81 is equals to 300. So this will be our new equation for A. Okay, so input lang natin sa ALQ. Again, mode 5, 2. So, unahin natin yung equation number 2A. Ano? So, that is, input ko lang dito. So, 1 is negative 150 divided by 9.81. And then 0, tapos 150. And then 3A, so we have equation of 2T. So 2, tapos positive 150 divided by 9.81. And then negative 150 divided by 9.81. Tapos 300. And then 4A, so we have 1, tapos 0. Tapos 300 divided by 9.81 and then 300. Check. Okay, so the tension in the cable is equal sa 171.4286 Newton. And then acceleration kay block A, so we have 1.4014 meter per second squared. And for acceleration in block C, so that is equivalent lang sa 4.2043 meter per second squared. Okay, so ano bang hinahanap dito? Acceleration. So, ito na yung mga sagot natin. And then, gamitin lang natin yung value ni A sub A and A sub C to solve for A sub B. Substitute lang natin dyan. So, mode 1. So, A sub C, so 4.2043 minus 1.4014 divided by 2. So, 1.401. So, ganun din. Kapareho lang din yung acceleration A. 0.14 meter per second squared. Alright, guys. Again, please copy the solution. I'll give you 3 minutes to copy the solution. So, you may start copying. Dun, dun, dun. Okay guys, so let's proceed with the next discussion. Okay guys, so for this problem, determine the tension in the cord supporting block C. The pulleys are frictionless and of negligible weight. Also determine the acceleration on each block. So guys, ito is kapareho lang, almost kapareho lang din naman ng previous problem. So please try to solve this problem. Ano? And then, write it on the comment section do sa ating channel. Okay, so hint lang. So baka magkita ulit kayo nito. Hindi ko alam kung saan. Pero baka lang. Ano? So hindi ko nasasabihin. Clue lang yun, clue. So, pag-practicean nyo to, i-solve nyo, i-compare nyo sa mga klase nyo kung ano yung sagot. Tapos, pa-comment ako sa ating YouTube channel. Ano? So, gusto ko i-comment nyo para makita ulit kayo nito. Okay, so ito yung mga given. Again, sa block A, merong 1,000 Newton. Sa block B, 3,000 Newton. And block C is 2,000 Newton. So, frictionless naman siya. Wala magiging problema sa direction ng pagkaka-assume nyo ng mga motion ng bawat block. Okay? So, again, isolve nyo to. So, guys, on our next video, so start tayo kay work and energy method. Okay, so thank you and see you next meeting. Bye.